Can you imagine playing PvP in this mall when it's finished? Oh, it's going to be so much fun. What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We're back on the Desolation map, and today we're at the mall, and we're just dreaming. We're dreaming about what this place is going to look like when it's finished. If only I had the ability to, work on one project at once, then this mall probably would be finished by now. But as you guys know, I've been working on the jail and the brewery and all sorts of things, my skyscraper. I wish I could devote 100% of my energy to this mall because it would be done by now and it would be PvP heaven. This is PvP heaven. This is what it looks like, guys. You can pray to the almighty Big Five gods that this is finished soon. I hope it is. We're going to work a little bit on it today. We're on the last mall shop. Now, there's no more malls. There's the Macy's we got to do and the Nordstrom. Oh, that's Macy's. That's Nordstrom. So the big department stores are not yet even started. Hopefully it won't take me that long. But we're going to be working on the last spot. And I want to thank you guys for all of your ideas and suggestions. I asked you guys what you thought the last mall spot should be. And you guys came with great ideas. I had, just like tea shops and arts and crafts stores and all sorts of things. But the best idea that I saw, the one that allowed me the most flexibility with the things to hide inside, came from Danzy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Danzy said, why not build one of those coming soon stores? You see in malls, they're under construction and they're being worked on. I thought that was a fantastic idea. I've been looking for a reason to put TNT in this mall for quite some time, and I just couldn't, justify what store would have TNT in it in a mall. You know what I mean? No stores in malls have TNT, but a storefront that's under construction, they might be doing some demolitions. I don't know. These guys are crazy, okay? Okay, now, I have never once in my life stepped foot in an under construction mall store. Okay, that's what the thing is there for. That's why the partition is there, so you can't see what's going on. They don't want you to see for whatever reason. I don't know exactly why, but just get all of them. But I'm gonna go off what I imagine it would look like. I don't know for sure. I'm no construction manager, foreman guy. I don't know. So what I am gonna do is, you'll notice that I have taken a technique that I have been doing throughout my build, and I've applied it to this building here, and it is the blending technique. I made a video on this a long time ago explaining why blending is something that you all need to be doing on your maps. I'll put it in the card right now so that you can see what I mean by blending. Obviously you can see now what I'm doing. I'm taking one or more or two or more blocks and I'm using them together to create a kind of discord. This place is dirty. The floor is dirty. There's just stuff all over the floor. It's not clean. When you have one block as the floor, it kind of gives off the impression that the floor is clean, doesn't it? Everything's the same color. Everything's the same. Everything's perfect, And I see a lot of Minecraft builds where everything just looks perfect. I talked about this a little bit in a past video. But, you gotta have a little bit of stuff messed up in your builds, guys. Not everything is perfect. Not every little couch cushion is exactly where it's supposed to be. Not every car is, in the middle of the road. Not every chair is standing up perfectly where it's supposed to go. Sometimes the TV is knocked over, okay? Maybe not in your nice city maps, but in my Desolation map, sometimes the TV is knocked to the ground. And that's really helped this map add details that, you don't really see in too many other maps. The fact that this is a post-apocalyptic map gives me a lot of freedom to just have some discord and disharmony. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do a little blending here. And it's not like me to use one or two. I'm going to use 3 or 4. So that's the first wave of blending. It'll look good. I think the light color will look good. Alright, here we go. See now, when you just had 2 colors, it looked kind of weird. But you add this third color in here, and it kind of makes the floor look a little bit more dirty. A little bit more rundown. A little bit more, less attention to its cleanliness has been paid. Okay? So I did that on the walls too, as you can see. I tried to kind of get the feeling, trying to show the feeling that these walls are mid-paint. They're being painted at the moment, and there's splotches left that they haven't painted yet. these guys take a lot of lunch breaks, okay? They go up to the food court, and they hang out for a few hours, and they come and work for like half an hour. Then they go to the candy store, They go to the candy store, and they have a few sweets, and they chill out there, talk to the employees. Then they go to the Army Recruitment Center, and they listen to the spiel about what the Army can provide them. And then they don't sign up for the Army; they're just there to waste time. And then they go to the full body crank, and they get some supplements that they're not going to use at work because that would give them too much energy, and they don't want to waste too much energy at work. Okay, you want to expend the energy during your free time. you know what I mean? All right, one more color, just cause we'll just sprinkle this one in. Yeah, don't spend too much energy at work, guys. Save that for you time. No, it depends on your job. If you're like a garbage man, they're paying you like, what do you get, like 80 grand a year to expend energy, so you better expend it, okay? But if you're working at like a shoe store and they're paying you minimum wage, I'm not saying don't respect your job. I'm just saying, look out for number one. And number one is always you, okay? Always you. Anyway, what are we doing here? Okay, so that's a little dirty. Now we're going to put in some tool chests here and there. Actually, no, let's not do that yet. Let's do some partitions. Let's make it as though they're putting up some walls. A wall here, a wall there, never hurt nobody. So we'll make a wall, maybe a little entrance here. This is all very rough. Basically, guys, I'm just trying to make this look as random as possible. Not random, but like under construction, like things are in the process. It's not done yet. Actually, if these were just beams, that'd be better, right? Oh, that'd be way better. Oh yeah, let's just make them beams. Never mind that. What I could do, actually, start over. You guys know me. Trial and error is the way I do it. Let's do this. Watch this. I just got an idea. You guys are witnessing magic in the making. This is how ideas happen. They just randomly happen. Alright, we go like this. If this is a bad idea, I'll erase it, We'll see. So basically what I want to do is supports, I guess. What I'm trying to do here is this. And maybe this will look like it. Oh, see, it doesn't really look like it. How about we get rid of all that? These are the beams, Beams. You can tell I don't do a lot of construction in my life. I'm not a construction type of guy. I build stuff with my hands, but only in Minecraft. I'm not like a craftsman. I don't build stuff, really. I'm not good at fixing things. I ride bikes all the time. I have no idea how to fix my bike. I just don't. If it's broken, I gotta take it in. You know what I mean? And that's bad. You should be able to fix stuff. What if I don't have the luxury of going to a bike store to fix stuff? What am I gonna do? So I should learn, but I got so much desolating to do. Desolating? Is that a verb? I'm desolating right now. Don't bother me, I'm desolating. So while I do this, I want to talk to you guys about my channel a little bit. Like I've said before in the past, Desolation series is basically the day-to-day operations. Whatever I'm doing that day is what the video is going to be about. And I have stuff planned for you guys, definitely, but a lot of the time I'm winging it. I'm just like, oh, today I don't feel like building, we're going to play PvP. And then you get a PvP video, basically. That's how it works. But we've been playing so much PvP recently. I am hooked. I have been hooked, line, and sinker on the game mode called Hearts and Minds. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the card to the video I did with Dan Lags. He came over for some Hearts vs. Minds. It was super fun. I got hooked on it. And by hooked, I mean that's all I want to play. That's all we've been playing. I've been making Hearts and Minds all over the city. I'm not even joking. All over the city. So you saw the cathedral with Dan Lags, but we've got one in the suburbs, out in the open, which causes very different strategies. Each Hearts and Minds map has a very different strategy that you have to follow if you want to win. There's one in IKEA. That's a super different type of game mode. I mean, it's still Hearts vs. Minds, but the way we set it up makes it so that you really have to use strategy or else you're going to get worked. Well, let's see, what else? We've played in... There's more. Why can't I think of them? There's more. Why can't I think of them? Oh, I'm blanking, guys. Why am I blanking like this? Okay, there's the counter. Let's make the counter somewhat finished. Like there, this is a nondescript store. There's no name yet. It's just coming soon, so it could be anything. It just could be anything. Where else have we played Hearts and Minds? Think. Someone help me out here in the comments if I can't remember. I can't remember. Whisker, where did we build them? We got one in the... Okay, so I'm gonna stop building. I gotta think about this. We got one in the cathedral. We got one in... Did we put one in the high school? No. Wow. I apologize for my spaciness, guys. I apologize completely. I am spaced out right now. I just told you I'm super addicted to this game, and I can't even think where we put them. Can you believe that? Oh well. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, you'll see in the videos, you'll see where they are. What I'm trying to say, guys, is if you want to play PvP with me, and we're playing a lot these days, you better learn how to play Hearts vs. Minds. I put this in the wrong place. Let's do it over here. You better learn how to play Hearts vs. Minds. Watch the Dan Legs video. Check out the strategies. I'll tell you guys the strategies right now. You want to stay with your teammates at all times. If you die, you drop one of your dog tags. And if you die alone, the enemy's likely going to grab it. If you die next to a teammate, your teammate will likely grab your dog tag. No harm, no foul. So stay with your teammates because they will back you up. I see a lot of people lone wolfing it. And, you know, by definition, when you lone wolf, almost 100% of the time, you're just going to be wandering around without a solid plan. And most of the time, the people who wander around find themselves in the enemy spawn point. If you die in your enemy spawn point, guess what? They don't have to take your dog tag very far at all. Your dog tag is basically a free meal for them. So... don't go into the enemy spawn for any reason, especially if you're by yourself. You're making it too easy for the enemy team, and you know who you are, transgressors. You know very well who you are. I don't need to say your names. I'm not going to put you on blast. I'm glad you're playing PvP, but you guys need to formulate some strategies because a lot of times your strategies are not working. Let's have some random debris over here, some random debris over here. We got the randomness going. Oh, we do need to put a chest in a few places, so we'll do that. Yeah, I gotta put a roof on this. I hope I can get most of this done in this video today. I'm trying to go fast, guys. I don't want to go so fast that the quality is diminished, but I do want you guys to see what's going on here. Let me hide the chest a little bit. There you go. I might put a carpet on top. I'm you know, based on like my perception of how you guys play this game, I think I'm gonna need to hide chests a little bit better. You guys know where the chests are, especially the ones that are out in the open. I'm gonna have to do a better job of disguising where these chests are because you guys are just running straight for them. Okay, so, and it's not just chests, guys. I'm going to be sneaky as I always am. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. There's not going to be anything hidden in dispensers. No. You can't even access... Oh. You guys know that already. It's no secret that the dispensers will be holding stuff as well as things such as this. Yeah, not just dispensers. Guess what? I can fit stuff in here, guys. Look at that. A lot of you are complaining I can't find anything in Desolation. Where are the swords? Where are the weapons? Where's everything? Check the dispensers. I don't know. It's not just chests. Come on. What do I look like to you? Alright, so we got that. Now let's do some carpets. Carpet's going to play a large role in helping this look like it's under construction because they're going to be like white plastic sheets I can make and dirt and grime. Ooh, dirt. I didn't think of dirt. So let's put some of this around just a little haphazardly. You know, we'll start with brown. Sort of cover up some of these chests. You may have to break some carpets, guys. I'm sorry. It's sneaky. I know. I know it's sneaky. But that's what this is all about. It's about the people who can scavenge and loot. That's what this game is. This game is about looting and scavenging. Whoever can find stuff the best is gonna succeed. You know, this is about people who... Can you get in here? Yeah. Oh, no, you can't. Let's do that. Right. This is about people who want to explore, want to look for stuff. This is not just about killing. You know, a lot of people play this map, you know, when we go into GTA mode, they play it like it's just their own personal death match. And it is your personal death match if you want it to be. You can play this game however you like. But you're not really unlocking the full potential of this game. You know what I mean? This will be like a plastic sheets. That's what I intend with this. There we go. Well, this game is fun because you're going to be exploring and searching. And there's PvP added. So, to me, the way I want to play this, or I want you guys to play this game is an adventure map first, a PvP map second. That's how I feel about this, okay? So whenever someone says, do you have an adventure map? I always say yes. Because this is not your traditional adventure map at all, but it is an adventure map in some way. I mean, every single building has a backstory, and every single backstory can be discovered through searching and through exploring. And, you know, you put the pieces together, and that backstory comes together, and that backstory will give you a hint of where to find cool stuff that will help you in the PvP. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm about. Alright, let's add some dirt. This is one of my favorite techniques. I know this video is probably going to go long, but I want to show you guys as much as I can here. Dirt. This is the way to make a building look like it's under construction. They have not swept. Why would they sweep the floor? Why would the floor all be clean if they're constructing this place? You guys feel me on this? I know a lot of you build cities and, you know, you want to have things that are under construction. Make it look dirty. Make it look dirty because they're not sweeping the floors until they finish building. There's no sweeping floors around here. You guys know what I'm talking about. Come on. I go into a lot of cities and I see a lot of the same sort of things going on. So branch out a little bit, guys. I know I want to stand out from the pack. I know that you guys want to stand out from the pack. So stop doing things that the pack is doing. You know what I mean? And start doing things that you want to see the pack doing. And then the pack will follow you if you're doing something cool. And that's how I feel. You know, set the trends. Don't be a part of the trends. And then when everyone, you know, jumps on your trend, start a new trend because that trend is played out. You know, by the time everyone figures it out, you're tired of that trend and you've already thought of a new one. That's what trendsetters do. I'm not calling myself a trendsetter, but I'd like to be. I really would like to be. I feel like I'm doing something unique on this map. I feel like a lot of builders could learn from what I'm doing. Not that I'm better than them, but I do think outside the box a lot of the time, and I have some new ideas. Alright, last thing. We'll put a roof on this mother, and then we'll call it. You know what? I might cut it here for you guys, put on the roof, and then show you some roof work. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright guys, pretty much finished in here. This is what it looks like on the juice. I just added a ceiling here and, you know, there's a few little things hanging down. I don't know what they are. Electricity stuff, wires hanging down from the roof. No biggie. Just don't touch the wires. There's no electricity anyway. Don't worry about it. So let's see what it looks like off the juice and we'll call this a video. Let's see. Oh yeah. This will be fun. Think of the monsters in here. It'll be crazy. A lot of light coming from there. That's alright. So I want to say thank you to Danzy and everyone else who came up with a suggestion for this last mall shop. I think it was a good idea. Let's hope. Maybe hide some TNT in there. We'll see. So it's coming soon. Thank you, Danzy, and everyone who submitted a suggestion. Thank you very much for being a part of this and trying to help and, you know, just being part of the journey because this is a great journey and I'm having a lot of fun on. And I want to thank you guys for coming along with me. So the mall is getting under construction. We're getting closer and closer and closer. One of these days, guys, we'll be PvPing. Don't you worry. All right, thank you guys for watching. Happy Minecrafting. Peace.